Alright everybody, welcome to High Ground MTG. I'm one of your co-hosts, Spidey Mouse, here with some green-white taxes. Before we get going, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Helps out the channel. We've been sitting at the same number for a little while here, so if you want to bump us up, that would be great. We definitely appreciate it. Come hang out on our Discord, check out our Patreon, all the things, you know, as a YouTuber I gotta do. Alright, so let's get into the deck, because this one's fun, for me, and hopefully for you too. So we're playing green-white taxes, because it's been a while. I don't actually know how long, but it's been too long. I wanted to play some more taxes, and I got it into my head that Night of Autumn could be really, really good in this meta. So let's get into the deck a little bit. Lands pretty standard here. I went with Temple Gardens instead of more Razorverge Thickets, just because I wanted to make sure things come into play untapped. Is it wrong? Maybe. I don't know. We do kind of have an aggressive meta, so maybe Temple Gardens are a little risky, but I did it. We'll find out how bad it is. We have 3 Esper Sentinels. This card is pretty good right now. With all of the removal spells flying about, it does replace itself. You can equip it with equipment to make it even more harder to pay for the tax that it does. Sometimes it kind of acts as like a one-mana Talia, in the sense that like most people will pay the 1 if they have it, if they can. And so, you know, makes the lightning bolt cost 2, basically. And if they don't, then you get to draw a card off of it. Or if they don't have the mana to do that, then you just get to draw a card off of it. So that can be really, really good and backbreaking in some matches. In so much as I even cut a couple Giver of Runes to make room for these Esper Sentinels, because they kind of do similar things. Like obviously, like our opponent is going to have to direct removal spells at Giver of Runes, because if they're at Esper Sentinel, because if they're not, then we are just drawing cards, or they're paying extra for them. So it kind of acts as a lightning rod. We want our opponent to bolt it. Like, obviously, it's great if they just leave it on the battlefield and don't pay for it. But most people are not going to do that. Don't go into a game expecting that to happen. Don't go into a game expecting to draw 10 cards off your Esper Sentinel. You probably won't. But it does act as a lightning rod. It's kind of a must-kill a threat for our opponents if they are casting in instances or non-creature spells in general. So, pretty good. 2 Giver of Runes, 4 Path to Exile. I still believe in Path. We do have, of course, the other premier removal spell in the deck, but Path to Exile just handles everything. We've got, you know, the flying dragon that's going around, all sorts of different things. Path to Exile is just nice, clean, easy removal. Plus, we, of course, are running Leonin Arbiters, which work well with Path. So, 1 Birds of Paradise, 3 Noble Hierarch, mostly because I forgot to rent a Noble Hierarch before I accidentally started the league. So, what you gonna do? I was gonna replace this with another Noble, and I forgot, and so now we're playing with 1 Birds of Paradise. One thing I did think about, this before I did the league. I was still gonna change it, but like it does make our prismatic ending slightly better if we like have a Birds of Paradise out. We can like pay with a, you know, I mean, obviously with Noble you can actually you can cast it with blue or whatever. But if you have both, then you can go 4 colors if you really want to. So, is it worth it? No. Am I going to justify it that way? Yes, 100%. Up next, 4 Vial, 4 Leonin Arbiter, 4 Stoneforge Mystic, 3 Talia Guardian of Thraben, 2 Flicker Wisp, very miserly on the Flicker Wisp because we had to be. I'm sad about it, but it's alright. 2 Skyclave Apparition. We should probably have 4 in the deck, but I want to test out some cards, so I cut some. Is it wrong? Again, obviously. 1 Eternal Witness, 3 Night of Autumn in the main board, because Night of Autumn has the text on it, destroy target artifact or enchantment on it. So if we can get a Night of Autumn on the board, we can get rid of our opponent's stuff, we can get rid of hammers, we can get rid of Urza's sagas, we can get rid of opponents' Batterskulls, we can't get rid of Cauldron, but for that we have like Flicker Wisp and Path to Exile, of course. But yeah, just kind of hits a ton of stuff in the meta right now. Hammer Time is a huge deck in the meta right now, and so just being able to just blow up their hammer and have it dealt with is kind of nice. Our package of equipment is Batterskull and Cauldron Complete, of course, and then I really just wanted to try out Sword of Hearth and Home, because no one runs it, and I wanted to, and we're running green-white, which Doesn't actually matter with a sword, but I did it. Equipped creature gets +2/+2, has protection from green and white. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, exile up to 1 target creature you own, then search your library for a basic land card, put both cards on the battlefield under your control, then shuffle. So we can blink our Knight of Autumn, we can blink our Flickerways, we can blink our Skyclave Apparition, we can blink our Stoneforge. Lots of good targets here for that. I don't know, I just want to try it out. It's a bad sword. Don't put it in your deck. In the sideboard, we have 1 Rest in Peace because graveyards are running crazy right now. 1 Winds of Abandon, 1 Core Firewalker, 2 Sanctifier and Vex. I wanted 1 Core Firewalker just because there are so many like prowess decks, and gaining a little bit of life can really make the difference there. 1 Mirroring Crusader, 1 Prismatic Ending, 1 Collector Oof, again because there's so many artifacts running everywhere. 1 more Knight of Autumn. We are running the full 4 in the 75 because I believe in this card that much right now in this meta. 1 Gaddock Teague to protect us against sweepers. 2 Pithing Needles, again, tons of artifacts and planeswalkers and Urza Sagas and all that kind of stuff. We are running 1 Phyrexian Revoker. Unfortunately, Phyrexian Revoker says non-land, which makes us sad. 1 Void Mirror, 1 Damping Sphere. These kind of come in a lot of the same matches, so I split the difference. Yeah. I think if I was going to change anything in the sideboard, probably Mirroring Crusader. I don't know how good Mirroring Crusader is right now, actually, but it's kind of a staple, so I figured I'd give it a shot. Having Double Strike is nice, especially with the equipment stuff, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so this is mostly an experiment to just see, like, how good is Knight of Autumn right now in this meta. How good is blinking Knight of Autumn in this meta? I honestly thought about putting Ephemerates in this deck, but I just couldn't fit them. And I wanted to have a good creature package, so they did get cut out in the end. But we're going to try it out. We're going to see how it goes. If we run into artifact decks, I think we'll have a good shot, hopefully. If we run into Hammer Time or the Urza's Food or things like that, could be pretty good. So we're going to give it a shot, see how it goes, and yeah, let me know in the comments below what would you add, what would you change, how crazy am I for running 4 Knight of Autumns in a modern tournament. We're gonna find out. Alright, catch you in the first round. Alright, here we go, everybody. We are back with some green-white taxes. I'm gonna shuffle around my mic a little bit so that all y'all at home can hear that. I'm sure you love it. And it's alright. It's alright. Keep it on the strength of Noble and Vile. Maybe we'll just like hard cast a Cauldron, you know? Steam Vents tapped from our opponent. Alright, so this is a creature. Creature we can play. I'm just gonna shock in this Temple Garden now. Get the pain over with. See if we're up against prowess or some sort of control-y thing. Jeskai. Okay. Interesting. Take up the Vial. Alright, less painful land. We'll take it. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna say go. Vial in, Noble, end of turn here. Opponent just passing. Okay. Probably have some sort of removal spell in hand, which is, like, fine. Well, they don't. Okay. That is also fine. Come on, Stoneforge. It's not a Stoneforge, so it could draw us one. We just crack this now. Crack this now. We have a 2-drop, which we have Vial on 2 already. I think we just wait. We'll crack it end of turn. No attacks. We could attack there, but I don't. I'll keep our mana up in case we need Path plus Crack Horizon. Well, I guess we could still do that, but. Interesting. Opponent having a rough draw over there, it seems like. Another land for us. Opponent discards Spell Stutter Fright. Oh, our opponent's on the fairies. Give her runes. Alright. Oh, should have meant to play that Horizon Canopy. So we could draw another card here, but... Do you have another Spellstutter Sprite? Okay, so this is fun. Oh, but when it enters the battlefield... Okay. Yeah, so we can do this. And we're gonna Violent Flicker Wisp here to get rid of their fairy until end of turn, thus giving us our stuff, because X is now 0. I guess we could have also pathed it, but that gives them a land, and our opponent seems to be stuck on land, so... unless we have to, we're going to try not to give them lands. I guess next turn we just get to play Batterskull. So I guess that's one reason to keep the Horizon Canopy. Yeah, okay, you get your Spellstutter Sprite. Opponent's got a 1/1. But clearly our opponent is a counter spell style deck, so casting things is a little bit more dangerous than like vialing them in or what have you. Alright, so our opponent's officially back on 3 mana here. Archmage's Charm. Counter player... Oh, they want our Vial. Oh no! Oh no! Alright, well that means their shield's down here for this Batterskull. I guess they could have, you know, the free counter spells that exist in Modern now. Arbiter. Yeah, at this point, probably not better than just Batterskull. Yeah, there's the Force. Alright. Yep. We knew that was a risk. Do we attack here? I guess we do. So we got Exalted. Alright, so losing our Vial was a little rough. If we can find like another Flicker Wisp or something, we can deal with it, but... Yeah, losing Vial against the counterspell deck is not where you want to be, unfortunately. Hopefully 3 is an awkward number for them. Oh. Oh. That is annoying. Alright, we're going to tap this. Let's say blue. Okay. Mostly because we didn't want... Oh, is it... Gain summoning sickness? Because of that? Interesting. Okay. Ooh, Gavany's real good, actually. Attack. Okay, I don't think we're going to go off with Gavany this turn, because we're going to play Arbiter, and we're going to path. I think we're going to path our own Giver Runes. I guess they could be like... I guess they could vial in something here, which is like... whatever. See what they have. Yeah, they were thinking about it. They were thinking about... Alright, so we don't want them to have Giver of Runes, so we're just going to path it right now. Do they have the Spell Quella? They do. 6. We only need one more land to just hard cast a Cauldra. Them having this Giver of Runes, though, is not great. Do they get in? So yeah, we need a way to get rid of our own Giver of Runes. Esper Sentinel. Alright, well we can play Esper Sentinel here. We can also just start growing our team. Another Spell Queller. It's another Spell Queller. Alright. Yeah, no tax. Did not pay for the Arbiter. All right. Well, we've got Gavany up, so we'll just start growing the team here. Oh, well, that's rough. They return. I don't think they want to return Flicker Wisp. They return Spell Queller. Sure. Oh, we don't get to cast the thing because of yeah. Okay. Yeah, we don't get to cast it because they have the Teferi out. Yeah, opponents kind of got the lock here. No attacks. All right, we're gonna activate Gavany. I guess we could also just draw a card, but the casting things is very unrealistic. We need another land. It's a land. Spell Queller cannot hit a Cauldron Complete. So let's go ahead and cast that. I guess Teferi can bounce it. No, it can't bounce it this turn. They can get protection from black here. We'll attack Teferi. I have to imagine they just block and then give protection from Giver. We'll see. They let Teferi go? Interesting. Okay. Must have another in hand, I guess? Hollowed Fountain untapped. Attacking. Not attacking. No Teferi. Okay. What could they have? What could they have? Interesting. Well, we know they have another Spell Queller, so they can block like a flyer here. Alright, well, we're going to go to attacks. So we also have Gavany Township. Oh, is this Cryptic? Ooh. Okay. Sure. Sure. Alright, well, we're going to attack with Flicker Wisp because we have Gavany up. And it gets exalted. We're pretty okay with, like, trading if they want a double Spell Queller here. No, they're just going to block with one Spell Stutter. Blocks with the Spell Stutter. Sure. Yeah, gives protection from white. Sure. Alright, so I guess depending... I kind of want to just start castling now. I can also draw a card. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can't castle and draw a card, unfortunately. Or no, we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, draw a card. Yeah. Okay, so we can. That's neat. So yeah, let's draw a card. Scavenger round's not what we want to see. Alright, let's create some soldiers. Start going wide here. Make it hard for our opponent to protect their very low life total right now. Night of Autumn. We know that they have these Spell Queller though, so I think we're gonna go to combat first. Attack. Attack, attack. Attack. Yeah. Make our opponent have some answers here. Okay. Opponent gives it up. Alright. Oof. Okay, so we want Prismatic Ending. Revoker? Got a Teague, potentially. They have like Cryptic and things. Sanctifier's no good. Core Firewalker's no good. This Winds of Abandon is alright. And maybe our Pithing Needles? We go down. Protection from white is not the worst. So they could have like Path and their own prismatic endings. Night of Autumn probably not as good in this matchup, sadly. Flicker seems okay. Harbinger seems good. Talia seems good. So a lot of our stuff seems good. So maybe we don't bring in all of these things. We just go down like an Eternal Witness. Go down another Night of Autumn. Have we got on both Night of Autumns? Or all the Night of Autumns? Pretty bad matchup for Night of Autumn, I think. Actually. Gotta use your noodle. Gotta use your noodle. Alright, Delasinha. Ha. Alright, I like this. I like this. We need a Stone Forge to make it fantastic. But alright. Do you has the Force? Seems no. Is the answer. Alright, the Triome. Island Mountain Plains. Spiral of Canal. Oh, prismatic ending. Bah, sure. Sure! If that's how you want to be. Ghost Quarter. Awkward. So we got this Noble stuck in our hands now. Sentinel seems pretty good though. Yeah, sure. We'll draw a card off that. Oh, they're gonna pay. Alright, fine. We'll take a 2-mana Lightning Bolt. But it's just gonna keep on killing our stuff. I mean, I guess I should have played this Mutavault earlier so that we could have attacked with it for when this happens, but nothing for the opponent. Nope, 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 nope. Undo. I want you to become a creature. They have another Lightning Bolt. They have another Lightning Bolt. Not much we can do about that. But we do need to start getting in here, so. This is a way to not run into their clear counter spell over there. Man, our opponent gets stuck on lands a lot, it seems like. I'm like tempted to blow up their Triome here, honestly, because we're just going to get in with Mutavault, I think. So that takes off Counterspell. Like, obviously, they could have other, other Counterspell-y kind of things. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna just blow up their Triome here. We've got another land. Floats a blue. Gets an island. Okay. That means they're off white for now then. Archmage's Charm. Draws 2. Okay. Sure. Of course, they drew a land off of that. So I guess we did kind of help them there a little bit. They also just discard a card, though, because they're not playing anything. Horizon Canopy feels pretty nice, actually. Get in for 2. Alright. We could cast Noble. Let's cast Noble. It means we start attacking for 3 if they let it resolve, which is unlikely. I suppose they could also Archmage's Charm that. So like maybe it's better to not play it because they have Archmage's Charm. Use Snapcaster. For Bolt. Sure. Do they both the Mutavault or the Noble is the question. They both the Mutavault. Okay. That's alright. Plenty of lands where that came from. Ooh, and Bolt's the Noble. That's a little bit more annoying. I guess we're gonna paths. It's like now they have Counterspell up again. Let's see what we draw. I do like Esper Sentinel. Esper Sentinel. Counterspell? Counterspell. Sure. Sure. Alright, well next turn... I guess we're just slamming a Batterskull. Glacial Fortress. Alright. That's a little bit annoying because now they have white again. I guess we could Ghost Quarter again. I kind of want to sacrifice this Horizon Canopy, but then we also have Batterskull. But they have Cryptic up now. Which is awkward. So maybe we like have to Ghost Quarter them now. And crack our Horizon Canopy. It means we're pretty far off from casting this Batterskull. We'll give it another shot. We'll get another turn. Arbiter. Alright, what's the likelihood of Arbiter landing? 0? Is the answer 0? Counter spells. Sure. Alright, well. Guess we're just running our opponent onto counter spells. That's our plan. Because if we can get this Batterskull out... Oh, actually, Batterskull's awkward with Archmage's Charm. I didn't think about that. So they get to, like, snag it, don't they? Turn 9 Vial. What do you think about that, opponent? What do you think about that? They let it go. Does that mean they have Archmage's Charm for that? Looks like it. Oh, I should have. Shoot. Oh, okay, I can still do it, I think. Exile all graveyards? This does mean we can't cast Batterskull unless we draw another land. Down to 8. Gonna start taking up Vial. Hopefully we can find something good here. We have Winds of Abandon and Path, so if we really have to get rid of these creatures. Okay. This will put us down to 4. How many bolts have our opponent used? 2. We're not gonna shock that in. I guess we upkeep Path now. Flashes in Spell Queller. Sure. Alright, we will attempt to Path. Alright, resolved. So we're not just dead to a bolt. Down to 4. Alright, we need something real good. We need a 2-mana creature. It's a 2-mana creature. Alright, well, I guess we're dead a dozen different ways. We have to... So if we play Batterskull, we're down to 3. So if our opponent has a bolt, we're dead. If we play Winds of Abandon, we're also dead to a bolt. I guess we're not just dead to a bolt because we could flash in Stoneforge. Go get... Oops. Go get something. So I guess Winds of Abandon is the correct thing to do. Oh, but then if they have Spell Queller, we're still just dead. Yep. Alright, opponent. Do you have a bolt? I mean, there's a million ways this goes wrong. If they have any sort of counter spell, we're probably just dead. Opponent's like, which counter spell do I want to even use? Okay. They have Archmage's Charm. Yeah, to gain control. Okay. That's what I thought. Man, Archmage's Charm is dumb. Don't you agree, Kyle? Don't you agree? Okay. Do we want to change anything? Like Eternal Witness is not terrible. So they can kind of get around our artifacty stuff, unfortunately. You know, like kind of draws us a card. I'm gonna go down the Batterskull for Eternal Witness, I think. It's like awkward because Archmage's Charm is so good against germs. So good. Alright. Try it like that. We're also on the play, which should help considerably. This is pretty removal heavy, which I don't think is where we want to be. Like, our opponent does have creatures, so... Alright. His hand is awkwardly slow. Except for that we do have the Vial. So as long as they don't have... I mean, if they have Force, his hand gets a lot worse. Like, a lot worse. But I think we have to keep it. Castle Ardenvale always betraying me. I love it because it's nice against things like control, where like maybe you do end up with 6 lands on the battlefield. Okay, opponent at 6. We are keeping it 6. What are we putting on the bottom? I guess Sword for now. Okay. Ghost Quarter. Either way. There you go. Alright, so they don't have Force. That's pretty good. That is great, in fact. Cracks a Flooded Strand for Hollowed Fountain. Dramatic Festa, okay. Guess they don't even need the Force. That's pretty good, actually. Talia seems pretty good here. Especially followed up by Esper Sentinel. Plays Spire Bluff Canal. Ragavan. Talia is real good against Ragavan. Raise a Verge Thicket. We're going to hold back on attacking here. Come on, opponent. Let us draw some cards. Another Esper Sentinel. And we're not far off from starting to tick up on this Gavany Township. And by not far off, I mean we can do it next turn. That feels pretty good. Spell Quella. Alright. That is a creature spell. Can't do anything about that. At least not yet. We did keep in all of our removal, seeing as they are a very creature-heavy control style deck, which makes sense. Lots of good control creatures out there right now. Prismatic Ending for Talia. Unfortunate. Yeah, you do have to pay for 3 for that. Actually, they could have paid 1, and then they would have to pay another 1. Oh, and they paid... Oh. Okay, so that is what they did. Do they attack? They do. They do. Okay, well... That is annoying. Yeah, creates a treasure. Oof. Thought we had a halfway decent start here, but Birds of Paradise. I mean, Birds of Paradise can, like, do we even play it? Because then we can't castle, we can't Gavany if we play it. I think we're gonna castle this turn, actually, so we can just block Ragavan, get that out of the way. If they have like Archmage's Charm or whatever, then I guess we gave them a token for 5 mana. Or they have a kill spell. Oh, fire! Fire! And we don't get to draw the card. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. they have a Noble Hierarch they can play. Yep. Man, Jeskai controls potent. Ether Vial. Oh my god. Oh, this is so awkward. So awkward. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna castle here, though they may just attack with Spell Queller at this point for 3. Like, they can just, that's just like a thing they can continue to do forever. Attacking with a Noble would be interesting. I mean, we'll try it again. It seems pretty unlikely that it does anything here. Oh, they just have control. Yep. Alright, well. It's like Batterskull or... Oh no, we took out Batterskull. So I don't even know what we could draw here that would dig us out of this. We'll try to draw something. Flicker Wisp. Well, that's like a start, I guess. Oh, but they just have Counterspell up? See if they try to Counterspell this. I don't know. Seems unlikely that they would. I guess we can also play out Vial, see if they counter that. Oh, they are going to counter this. Spellstoke Spray, okay. Sure. Okay, how about Ether Vial? Let Ether Vial go. Okay, so now we can flicker the Spell Queller to get back our Esper Sentinel. I think. What just happened? Teferi. Yeah, they pay the 1. So now Teferi bounces Sentinel. Are we just dead? Or bounces Flicker Wisp? Bounces Flicker Wisp. Okay. We're not just dead. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to block. Yeah, we gotta block the Ragavan. Kill that off. Down to 4. Alright, good draw. Come on, good draw. 1 mana things are okay, 2 mana things are okay. I think anything 3 mana kills us. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant at all. Okay, well, I guess if our opponent can't remove this, Oh, they could also have a counter spell up here, I suppose. They don't. So yeah, we'll take out the human. That was ours. Thank you very much. I guess, oh, that's dumb. I should have grabbed the noble. That is also ours. And that actually would have come back on our side. This gets rid of an attacker, which is probably important. I don't know that it will matter a whole lot, all things considered. Yeah, I was thinking of getting rid of the attacking things, which I do think is important. I don't know if it would have been better to snag the noble. We also have to kill our opponent in 5 minutes, even if we like somehow magically get out of this. Oh right, and that is a problem. You know, we're gonna let it go. If they've got a bolt, then we're probably dead anyways. If it doesn't, I think us having creatures is the only way to continue living. Steferi can bounce something next turn, which is awkward. Path to Exile. Well, we have to try to cast it down. I don't even think this matters. Nope, it doesn't. All right. Yeah, because our opponent could bounce our one creature. We can't recast it. Then you jack with spell stutter sprite. I didn't even attempt to do that. That was... Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Let me know what you think of this crazy, weird build of taxes. And, yeah, apparently Jeskai is real good. Real good. All right, everybody. Catch you in the next round.
Thank you for watching High Ground MTG with co-hosts Kai Guy and Spiny Mouse. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to click that like button, and if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on future episodes of High Ground MTG. For even more videos, be sure to check out our playlist so that you can have the high ground.